All right, guys, this is the Maileah. And you know what? I've only ever had one thing to think about. You know, I did a review of it once before. I just wish it was bigger. I wonder if I can wish it to be bigger now. I don't know. It feels like it's working. Holy crap, guys, it worked. Be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom and do something. We're looking at today, guys. Well, you saw the intro. We're going to look at the more Maileah. So you know what time it is. Turn down the volume. Here comes a little bit of music. Those of you guys that have watched the channel for a while, remember at my old house, before we sold that place, I had the original Maileah come in, and I liked the knife a lot. It just had one small problem for me. I'm a big guy, and the way that knife sat in my pocket, every time I would sit down in my car, it would push it up out of the pocket. It is a great knife, great little design. Swags did an amazing job coming up with this design. And now Artisan has released a larger version. And I know this has been out for a little bit now, and some other people have already seen it, but this is the first I've really gotten a hand on one other than Blade Show West in Long Beach. So Artisan was kind enough, CJRB and Artisan was kind enough to send this along. I really like this. I've had it in my pocket all day. We're gonna do a first day in pockets, carry first impressions. So guys, let's not talk about it any longer here. Let's turn this around and take a look at it from above. All right, guys, I wanted to start this off with the comparison. This is not my knife. This is Russell's. This is the special Blade Show West edition. They did an incredible job on these. I really like these. They did a really good job. But the problem I always had with this knife, and I told Swags this, and I told Russell this is Russell's personal knife. When I would sit down, being as big as I am, I'm 6'3", 225, 230 pounds. When I sit down, this pushes its way up out of my pocket. So what they did was they made a larger version, and I'm really glad they did. They carried over all the things that I like about this knife into the larger version, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a winner in my book. Now, I have heard people say they don't like this knife. I can't think of any real reasons why. I just put this in my pocket today, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's a winner in my book. It cuts really well. You have that same distinct blade shape that you had on the original Maileah, just larger. It's just basically a ramped up version of the first knife. And like I said, I liked the first knife a lot. It didn't carry well for me because, I'm a big guy. So they've done this in green G10, copper pivot collars, thumb studs on both sides. The only complaint I have is pocket clip. I wish that the pocket clip was like this, but I guarantee that I can reach out to Russell if I own this. This is probably going to wind up being a giveaway. I just have too many knives to continue to carry this after I get done with the review. But I guarantee that I could find one of the aftermarket pocket clips that fit this knife from Artisan. I'm pretty sure of it. It looks standard, CJRB Artisan standard hardware fit up right there. So far as I've used it today, no issues with it. It came stupid sharp from the factory. It is done in AR RPM 9. It's done with a very clean stone wash. It's got Swags' logo on here with her signature and hearts. And it's been done by CGRB. I have yet to find very many CGRBs that I find any flaws or issues with. Thumb flipper, top flipper. This one is a liner lock. I don't typically have an issue with top flippers, front flippers if they're a liner lock. It's usually the frame locks I have problems with. But you do have these ample thumb studs. So far today, I haven't done a lot with it. I did some detail cutting for my daughter's project. I got in and I helped cut her out some cardboard to get some detail stuff for a project she was working on for school. And I did a little bit of cardboard tear down, nothing major. I cut up, just an Amazon package. AR RPM 9 seems to do really well with being able to cut, being able to strop back, but not scratching and getting terrible.
Like I said, my RIA that is in AR-PM9 is great. In pocket, this thing carries really well. The deep carry pocket clip, as much as I say I wish it had that pocket clip, I will say that the way this sits in my pocket, it almost disappears. I had this in jeans earlier today. I had some running around I had to do, and it drops down in just so well that like forward up on the forward part of the pocket towards the zipper of a pair of jeans, it just carried so well. And it's significantly smaller than some of the other knives I carry. Hang on. I think that's a motorcycle raceway out here on the 905 freeway. But yeah, like I said, it's significantly smaller than a lot of the knives I carry, typically that I've been carrying, I should say. It was a nice little respite from having a great big knife forward in my pocket when I would sit down, you know. It is just, I'm not gonna say it's a small knife. It's not, and it's not big. Let's look at it on the mat. I haven't looked up any specs. It's coming in on the mat just right at about 7 inches on the mat scale here. So it's not a small knife, but it cuts really well, super comfortable in hand. That choil there, typically I'm not a big fan of it, but it's not uncomfortable on this. I usually don't like when it drops me down in, but then again, there's nothing hot spotty down in there that I'm being pushed up against. Action on it, really good. Is it completely drop shut? Not quite. You give it a jiggle and it drops. Reversible pocket clip. And something else I love that companies have been doing, putting a lanyard spot for people that want a lanyard in the backspacer without putting a hole in the knife. I just find it unattractive. I find it unattractive. It ruins the lines of the knife sometimes. I understand some knives you just can't get away with doing it this way. But, you know, this is a really good option. It prevents your lanyard from getting cut, and it gets it out of the way so you don't muddy up the lines of the knife. I've heard some people say it's not an attractive knife. I'm not going to say it's not unattractive, but I'm also going to say it is what it is. It is very clean and plain, and sometimes plain is good. I dig it. You know, you've got really good blade shape on this. I said this when I did the first review of the actual Maileah. It's a great blade shape, nice and broad. It's come down pretty thin. So, I mean, I haven't done a lot with it, so we're going to carry it for a few days. I will give you a full, you know, rundown of it. I'm going to treat it just like I did the original Maileah. I don't know price. I don't know any of the specs. I do know it's AR-PM9 and G10. But other than that, I don't know anything about the knife. We're flying into it blind. And just like I always say, if I didn't like the knife, you would know. So nothing gets a pass with me. Just because this came from CJRB and Artisan, like Nick Shabazz always likes to say, I probably got the best possible version that Russell had available. But I also know that I've seen them other places and they've always been great. So I'm not beholden on, they're not paying me for this. I'm not beholden to CJRB or Artisan to give it a good review. I just think it's a good knife, and I like the fact that there's more female designers out there. You know, you got Kayla Cummings, you got Swags, there's a couple others, but yeah, I'm really digging this. So not to get into it too much further, you know, it's just first day carry. Let's turn this around and do some final thoughts.
Like I said, guys, great knife. Savannah did a really good job coming up with this design. And you know what? She named it after a friend of hers that had passed away. It was really, really well thought out, everything including the name. And I am not adversely opposed to this. Some people don't like this knife. It's kind of polarizing. I really dig it. Blade shape, everything, the way it feels in hand. I wish it had the same type of pocket clip as the limited edition that we had in the very opening, but you know, hey, you can get things like that from CJRB and Artisan. So guys, that's it on this one. I hope you liked it. If you do like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, it's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, follow the channel, hit that subscribe button, and then hit the bell and get notified of everything I put up. I try to put up 5 videos a week. Sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 7, sometimes there's live feeds. You know, hey, lots of content. If you do want to support the channel financially, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. The best way for me personally is if you get a membership to the channel. There's a link to it in the description down below. You get all kinds of benefits based on tier, including exclusive videos, premium tier sharpening tutorial series, sometimes early access to videos. And I have a gilded server where we all chat and talk. Plus, you save $5 per knife on my sharpening service. Other ways you can do it. I have affiliate links down below. Any shopping you do with those affiliate links, I get a portion of it at checkout. They don't charge you anything extra. It just supports the channel. And the last way is I do have a merchandise store. Anything you purchase on the merchandise store, you can get a discount by using the code CrazySharp, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, all one word. And that coupon code will work anywhere on Ember Shirt Co. And if you send me pictures of you wearing the merchandise, I will put them in a video. Guys, that's it. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments section below. It helps me moderate the channel so much better. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next video.